600 million euros. That is the staggering price tag of a single geopolitical chess move that just shook the global defense industry to its absolute core. Greece has officially pulled the trigger, abandoning its aging fleet of legendary American-made C-130 Hercules giants to lock in 3 cutting-edge Embraer C-390 Millennium transport aircraft. This isn't just a routine hardware upgrade. It is a record-breaking, high-stakes gamble in the most volatile airspace on Earth. For decades, the United States held an unbreakable iron-clad monopoly over tactical airlift across the Mediterranean. But tonight, a hungry, hyper-engineered underdog from Brazil didn't just challenge the king. It walked right into Europe and stole the crown. How did a jet from South America completely outmaneuver the American military-industrial complex in its own backyard? Strap in, because the defense landscape has just been permanently redrawn. To understand why Athens just dropped over €500 million on a brand new platform, we first have to look at the catastrophic collapse of the fleet they left behind. For 50 long years, the Lockheed C-130 Hercules was the absolute backbone of the Hellenic Air Force. It was the workhorse that held the nation's fractured geography together. Greece isn't just a mainland. It is a sprawling, chaotic labyrinth of over 6,000 islands and islets, fiercely contested borders, and rugged, unforgiving mountainous terrain. When a crisis hits the Aegean, you don't have days to move troops, vehicles, and humanitarian aid. You have hours. Minutes. But behind the heroic legacy of the Greek Hercules laid a dark, exhausting reality. Systemic maintenance nightmares. Decades of crushing economic austerity, delayed spare parts pipelines, and relentless operational tempos turned Greece's tactical airlift capacity into a ticking time bomb. Fleet readiness plummeted to terrifying single-digit percentages. There were periods where only a couple of airframes out of the entire fleet were legally cleared to leave the tarmac. In a region where geopolitical tensions can boil over in a fraction of a second, Greece was effectively flying on a broken wing. While Europe's southern flank was scrambling for an airlift solution, thousands of miles away, a bold aerospace disruptor was quietly engineering a revolution. Enter Embraer. For years, skeptics dismissed the Brazilian manufacturer as a regional commercial jet builder that had no business competing in the brutal, heavy metal arena of tactical military transport. The global consensus was clear. If you want a rugged tactical lifter that can land on dirt, gravel, and unpaved runways, you must use turboprops. Jets were deemed too fragile, too fuel-thirsty, and completely unsuitable for the harsh realities of frontline combat zones. Embraer looked at that old playbook and tore it to pieces. They didn't just build a plane, they built a point-of-entry disruptor. They equipped the C-390 Millennium with 2 massive, hyper-efficient turbofan engines and combined them with state-of-the-art fly-by-wire flight controls. The result? A tactical transport that can fly faster, carry more weight, cruise at higher altitudes, and still land on the exact same rugged, unpaved strips as its propeller-driven ancestors. When you crunch the cold, hard operational data, Greece's decision transforms from a massive financial gamble into an absolute tactical masterstroke. Let's talk pure performance metrics. The C-130 is an undisputed legend, but it is bound by the physical limits of its propellers, cruising at around 300 knots. The C-390 Millennium tears through the sky at 470 knots. In a high-intensity deployment scenario across the Mediterranean or in support of NATO operations across Europe, that speed differential changes everything. The Brazilian jet can transport up to 26 metric tons of cargo compared to the older Hercules variant's 19 tons. Whether it's heavy armored vehicles, elite paratroopers, or critical air-to-air refueling payloads, the Millennium delivers more punch, significantly faster, using less fuel per ton-mile, and requiring a fraction of the maintenance footprint. For a nation like Greece, looking to maximize every single cent of its defense budget, this wasn't just a choice, it was a logical inevitability. Make no mistake, Greece is not an isolated incident. It is the latest domino to fall in a massive systemic European shift away from traditional defense suppliers. Look at the map right now. Portugal bought it. Hungary bought it. The Netherlands selected it to replace their own Hercules fleets. Austria and the Czech Republic have climbed aboard the Millennium train. By securing Athens, Embraer has firmly established a strategic stronghold along NATO's vital southern flank. This €600 million contract sends an undeniable wake-up call reverberating through the boardrooms of Washington and Paris. The market for tactical airlift is no longer an autocracy. There is a new, battle-tested player on the pitch, and they are winning the signature of some of the world's most demanding air forces. Greece has officially laid its chips on the table, betting its long-term aerial survival on South American innovation. Now, the real tactical debate begins, and I want to hear from the absolute sharpest military minds in our community. If a massive conflict or a rapid response scenario breaks out tomorrow in the highly contested, electronic warfare-heavy environment of the Aegean Sea, which aircraft would you honestly trust with the lives of your elite troops? Would you put your faith in the legendary, battle-hardened, and endlessly reliable legacy of the 4-engine turboprop Lockheed C-130 Hercules? Or are you betting it all on the sheer speed, unmatched payload, and cutting-edge digital fly-by-wire power of the Embraer C-390 Millennium? Drop your analytical breakdown in the comments section below. Let's get a real debate going. And if you live and breathe deep defense analysis, elite equipment breakdowns, and the unfiltered truth behind global military strategy, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now to join the ranks here at the Redline Reports 128. Stay sharp, stay informed, and we will see you on the next briefing.